So, what's on the Sunday SoundBytes menu today? Let's talk project management offices, shall we? I haven't spoken about them before. One of the interesting tensions in projects and transformation is the relationship between the PMO and the change manager. Because sometimes, change manager, whatever. Because sometimes the PMO becomes one of the biggest allies a change manager can have. But on the other hand, it can unintentionally become one of the biggest barriers to successful change. And guess what? The reason is quite simple, really, but you're going to have to carry on watching the video to find out, aren't you? PMOs are usually built around governance, reporting, schedules, risks, controls, delivery, discipline. Whereas, don't we know, change management deals with, the usual stuff like people, like behavior, like resistance, like emotions, like adoption. These two are totally different worlds, but when they work together effectively, projects are far more likely to succeed. So let me tell you where I think a PMO support genuinely helps change. Firstly, the structure and coordination. A good PMO can provide governance, accountability, visibility, and alignment across projects. That can help ensure that communications, training, stakeholder engagement, and readiness activities are not forgotten or ignored. Secondly, executive visibility. PMOs often sit close to senior leadership and steering committees, which mean they can help elevate critical change concerns such as poor sponsorship, stakeholder resistance, or low business readiness. And thirdly, integration. In large organizations, multiple projects often impact the same people at the same time. A mature PMO can help identify overlap, change fatigue, and competing priorities. So, PMOs absolutely can add value. I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but I'm going to. But here's the other side. They can also unintentionally hurt change when change management gets reduced to a checklist exercise, which, if I were to be honest, most PMOs tend to do. And then it goes something like this. Communication plan, done, tick. Training plan, done, tick. Stakeholder matrix, done, tick. Impact analysis, done, tick. But come on. We know that human change is not a compliance activity, because you can complete any template in the world and still fail to achieve adoption and usage. Another problem. Seem to be focusing on problems, don't I? Anyway, another problem is the obsession with schedules, because some PMOs are so focused on milestones and go live dates that they actually completely ignore whether the business is actually ready or not. But organizations do not change simply because the calendar says they should. And finally, some PMOs still marginalize. They do, don't they? Change management altogether. You know they do, don't you? The technology and project plan is numero uno within the PMO. And then somebody says, all of a sudden, we should probably add some change management. What do you think? At that point, change management becomes reactive and strategic. For me, what's the real issue? It's not the PMO itself. It comes down to how organizations define success. Now, there's another one for you. I'm still confused about success and failure. Anyway, if success is only on time, on budget, on scope, then change management will always struggle with PMOs. Okay, but on the other hand, if success includes adoption and usage, behavioral change, business or change readiness, realization of benefits, then, yes, PMOs and change management can become powerful partners because projects deliver outputs, but people deliver outcomes. There we go. Short one today, but interesting one. What kind of PMO is your PMO if you work with a PMO? Is it one that understands change management? Or is it one that still drives for specific schedules, specific checks, specific tick lists, etc.? Yeah? Which one is it? I'd be interested to know. Stick a comment or something on the video. Okay, so thanks again, and I'll be back next week.